Hello everyone! Today, we will go to a bison farm in the US to see how the process of raising thousands of bison takes place. According to 2020 data, the total number of bison farmed in the United States is about 500,000 heads. The states that raise the most bisons are Wyoming, Montana, South Dakota, with about 168,000, 131,000, and 71,000 respectively. In addition, other states also have some bison farmed, including Nebraska, North Dakota, Colorado, and Oklahoma. In addition, the U.S. has 31,000 bison being conserved in national parks. There are about 10 national parks in the U.S. that currently preserve wild bisons, including Yellowstone National Park, Grand Canyon National Park, Badlands National Park, and Wind Cave National Park. In particular, Yellowstone National Park is home to the latest population of wild bisons, with more than 4,000 preserved. After a period of 9 months, approximately 270 days from the date of mating, the bison at the farm begin to breed. This period can last from 8 to 10 months, depending on factors such as cow age, nutrition, and environmental conditions. When giving birth, bison usually give birth to a single calf after a calving process that lasts about 30 minutes to 1 hour. Each year in the United States, the number of bison calves is about 60,000. This number can fluctuate depending on the reproductive level of bison herds and human intervention in the process. During childbirth, the mortality rate of bison calves is also quite high, especially in the first weeks after birth. According to studies, about 20 to 40% of calves born will die during their early life. Common causes of death include disease, undernutrition, enemy attack, or predation by predators. The average baby calf weighs from 30 to 70 pounds at birth. According to the care process on bison farms, calves are usually kept with their mothers for 6 to 7 months before weaning begins. During this time, the calves will be fed breast milk and also have access to solid foods such as grass and seeds to prepare them for the next stage. According to information from the U.S. National Parks and Wildlife Service, in 2021, there will be about 500 bison farms. The United States have these farms are distributed in many states across the country, of which Wyoming is the state with the largest number of bison, with about 1/3 to all bison raised on farms in the United States. Every day, the breeders will release the calf with its mother into the pasture so they can freely feed and enjoy the fresh air of nature. However, pastures can also present some danger to cows if they are not adequately protected. Therefore, the fence around the grassland area is built to ensure the safety for the cows and avoid the attack of wild animals such as lions or tigers. Wild cows are considered fully mature when they reach about 2 to 3 years of age. Wild bulls are only considered mature and are mated by rangers when they are about 4 to 5 years old or older. Up to 85% of bisons are raised free range in the United States and 15% are raised on small-scale farms. This Oklahoma range is home to 167 adult bisons and 53 calves. There are currently 57 bison farms in Oklahoma, concentrated mainly in the area bordering the state of Missouri. About 1,300 bisons are slaughtered in Oklahoma each year. A bison farm is a place where cows are allowed to roam freely, foraging in nature and living in a natural environment. However, to supplement nutrition for the cows, the farm also provides foods such as corn and cereals in pellet form. Mature bison have a fairly impressive average weight of around 1,800 pounds, with cows usually less than bulls, usually just 960 pounds. Each day, the bison here need to eat an amount of equivalent to 3% of their body weight. During the recovery process after the pasture is exhausted, it is essential to use other forage sources to feed the cows. The workers here quickly found a simple and effective solution, using dry straw. With this approach, they are able to keep their herd well nourished and healthy while the pasture is recovering from exhaustion. This is a bison farm with 75 cows in Colorado. Each year, the bison herd on this farm have 120,000 pounds of hay. During the breeding season, the bulls will fight with each other for the right to mate with a female bison in the herd. The mating season of bison usually begins in June and lasts until the end of September. Each bull in the herd can mate with many different female bison. However, female bison select only one bull to mate with for the rest of their lives. This is a lovely sight of a bison herd of about 60 in Montana late in the afternoon. They are playing and eating in the vast green grassland. However, at night, the owner of the range will have to release them into captivity to avoid being attacked by wolves. According to the 2021 statistics, there are 62 bison farms in Montana, and about 1,400 animals are slaughtered each year in this state. About every 6 months, bisons raised on farm undergo medical checks and vaccinations to ensure their best health. However, preparing for this test hurts the health of the bisons. Breeders must place them in the metal cages before testing, which is a painful and stressful process for the animals. At a cattle market in Missouri, the sight of bison being brought to auction attracted the attention of many. Hundreds of bisons are transported from all over the world to come here, where traders are waiting to buy them. These bisons will be put in different cages and wait until the turn of the auction. Each cage holds 5 to 8 bisons and is sized to allow them to move freely. Traders will conduct an auction, and the cage with the highest price will be selected to buy the bison in it. Here's what's inside the auction. Currently, the price of a 3-year-old bison will range from $4,000 to $7,000. This price depends on many factors of the bison, such as their age, size, weight, health, color, origin, and history. Every year, an estimated 20,500 bisons are slaughtered in the United States for their meat and meat products. However, the bison farming industry has generated a large revenue, and an estimated of about $385 million, thanks to the demand for this wild animal's unique meat product. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video, and hope the information in the video has helped you in better understanding how bison is raised in the United States. Leave a comment below if you have any questions or comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos on the topic of agriculture. In recent years, the beef cattle industry in the United States has become one of the largest industries in the country, with over 30.1 million beef cattle currently being raised. The U.S. holds the top position in the beef production worldwide. To raise millions of cows, the U.S. beef industry had to employ modern and advanced processes to ensure the safety and quality of the product. Cow farmers have also employed many breakthrough techniques to increase productivity and reduce production costs. Now, let's explore how these 30.1 million beef cattle in the U.S. are raised. According to the statistics from the United States Department of Agriculture, there are currently around 94.4 million cows in the country. This impressive number highlights the importance of the beef cattle industry in the United States. The states with the highest number of cows in the United States are Texas, Nebraska, Kansas, California, Oklahoma, and Iowa. Among these states, Texas had the largest number of cows, with over 12 million head. The total annual beef production in the United States is approximately 12.2 million metric tons. This demonstrates that the United States is the largest producer of beef in the world and plays a significant role in meeting global food demand. Together, we will learn more about this process, from the care and nutrition stage until the cow is put on the market. Caring for the beef cattle in the U.S. is a very costly and complex process. It involves many different stages, such as ensuring the quality of feed, healthcare, stress reduction, and creating the best living conditions for the cows. To ensure good health for the cows, caretakers must ensure that they are fully vaccinated and monitored for their health on a regular basis. Cows are also hoof-trimmed to prevent injury during movement. The beef cattle handler also needs to make sure that the cows have enough water and feed. Forage for beef cattle in the United States is usually provided by feeding cows with grasses, seeds, and bagasse. In addition, to ensure that the cows have adequate nutrition and not stressed, staff must monitor the air quality, lighting, and temperature in the barn. To reduce stress on beef, care workers must also create a comfortable and convenient living environment for the beef. Beef stables in the United States are often designed with many amenities such as ventilation, noise reduction, spacious parking, and modern cleaning system. Massage and hoof trimming for beef cattle is also one of the most important activities in the process of taking care of cows at meat farm in the United States. Using specialized equipment, cattle keepers will massage the cow's entire body from head to toe, helping to improve health and avoid muscle injuries. The machines and equipment used to massage beef cattle often have a variety of settings that can be adjusted suited to the size and weight of the individual cow. Massage time is usually 5 to 15 minutes per cow, and is usually done weekly or monthly, depending on need. Nail trimming is an important part of beef cattle health care in the United States. Nail trimming helps prevent injuries and illnesses caused by long hoofs, reduces pain, and helps cows move more easily. The hoof trimming process must be done carefully and thoughtfully to avoid causing injury and pain to the cow. Nail trimming should be done periodically to ensure health and avoid problems with the cow's growing environment. Vaccinations and health checks for beef cattle in the United States are an important part of beef cattle health care. Regular vaccination of beef cattle will reduce the risk of infectious diseases and help protect the health of the herd. To vaccinate and check the health of beef cattle, veterinary health professionals will periodically visit beef cattle farms and facilities. Beef cattle will be checked to make sure they are in good health, free of disease and infection. If any disease is detected, beef cattle will be moved to a special area for treatment or handling. After health check, beef cattle will be vaccinated with different vaccines to prevent diseases. The process of vaccination and health check for beef cattle in the United States is strictly managed and monitored by authorities such as USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture, to ensure food safety for consumers. After being fully raised and cared for, beef cattle will be taken to meat processing plants to be preliminarily processed and packaged according to safety and hygiene standards. In the U.S. food industry, beef preparation and handling is highly automated. Companies use machines to minimize human intervention in the production process, from slaughter to pre-processing, stable separation of parts of meat, and packaging. Each type of machine has different functions to perform different stages in the production process. Slaughtering machines are used to kill cows quickly and gently, ensuring the safety of workers. After the cows are slaughtered, the processing machine continues to process meat by removing different parts of the beef, such as the arms, thighs, bacon, and intestines. Further machinery is used to separate the meat from the bones and other connective tissue in preparation for the packing stage. Packaging machinery is used to pack beef into packages and crates. The process is automated, and the machines are designed to ensure that the quality of the beef remains as it was during production. However, this automation also requires strict safety and control measures to ensure food quality and ensure worker safety. After being preliminarily processed and packaged, beef cattle will be transported to distribution centers across the country. Thanks to the proper and standard way of raising beef cattle in the U.S., consumers can be assured of the quality and safety of the product. At the same time, strengthening environmental protection measures and using safe chemicals will also help improve meat quality and human health in the future. Hello friends and family! Behind the unspoiled beauty of Australia is an impressive world of cattle. Today, we will see the process of raising thousands and millions of cattle in the way that Australians have developed and mastered over the years. According to Australian statistics in 2021, there are about 24,500 beef cattle farms and more than 11,000 farms producing beef and fur plants. In Australia, there are many popular breeds of cattle, but the Angus breed is one of the most talked about. The Angus cattle breed's ability to withstand harsh climates and good growth makes them the first choice of breeders in Australia. In addition, Hereford and Barman cattle are also widely raised in Australia, with unique characteristics suitable for ecological and market conditions in each region of the country. Currently, Australia's malt farms are concentrated in the states of New South Wales, Queensland, and Victoria. These states have favorable natural conditions for cattle raising with rich soils, stable climates, and abundant water resources. In addition, other states such as South Australia, Western Australia, and Tasmania are also developing their livestock industries in a sustainable and efficient way. The average area of farms is about 5,800 acres, equivalent to 2,347 hectares. Cows are brought to Australia by the first British settlers in 1788. In the following years, the herd in Australia flourished, and the number of cows increased very rapidly. By the end of the 19th century, the number of cows in Australia has surpassed 10 million, making the cattle industry one of the main economic sectors of the country. According to recent statistics, the number of calves born in Australia in a year ranges from about 11 million to 12 million. The number of calves born in Queensland is the largest in Australia, accounting for about 30% of all calves born in the country. The state has favorable natural conditions for the development of the cattle industry and contributes greatly to Australia's beef production. Other states such as New South Wales and Victoria also have significant calves, representing about 25% and 20% of all calves born in the country, respectively. During the growth cycle of cattle, calves will stay with the mother for a certain period of time before being separated. With cows, this can take 6 to 8 months. However, for cows that do not have enough milk to supply their calves, farmers here will separate the calves sooner. This helps to ensure that the calves will be provided with adequate nutrition through formula feeding. This is a large cattle range located in the state of New South Wales, Australia. This farm is currently taking care of more than 200 calves. Every day, the farmers here take time to check the health of the calves, making sure they are provided with enough drinking water and nutrition. The main food of this farm is hay, a common feed in the livestock industry. Hay has high nutritional value and is enough to digest, helping to provide energy to the calves. At the calving stage, they are usually kept in separated areas and are limited in space because they require special care. However, once the calves are old enough, about 6 to 12 months old, and have learned the necessary skills to live on their own in the pasture, they will be released around the farm. Unlike other adults, calves often need the care and supervision of their owners to make sure they don't get hurt or lose their way when out and about. Therefore, releasing calves around the farm will help them develop independent skills and learn how to forage from the pasture. At the same time, it also helps calves here have more space to exercise and develop their bodies, creating favorable conditions for the growth process later. When they reach adulthood, they will gather in herds and will move to large fields in search for food. However, moving cows from one location to another is not an easy job. Therefore, the help of herding dogs is very necessary in the process of moving the cows. They will help the herd guide the herd, control and keep the cows on the way. And at the same time, they will also help the farmer to protect the herd from wild animals that can harm the herd. Usually a herd of about 500 cows can walk 10 to 15 miles in a day to reach new pasture. When cows move through wild or remote areas, it is not always possible to find enough food to replenish the energy needed for movement. In this case, hay or straw become an optimal solution to help the herd maintain health and continue the journey. Afternoon is usually the time when cows need to be rehydrated after consuming a significant amount of water throughout the day. The average cow will drink about 5 to 10 gallons of water per day. This is the process of moving a large herd in Victoria. Hundreds of cows will be gathered in a fenced area before they are transferred to the beef factory or sold to other farms. Moving cows is really difficult and requires careful preparation. To make this process go more smoothly, rangers often have to use modern means, such as helicopters, to monitor the entire herd of cows, making sure they don't pose a danger to society or get stolen. However, using this means also requires a small cost. According to 2022 census, the number of cattle in Australia is 24.7 million heads, including dairy and beef cattle. Victoria has 3.6 million cows, second only to New South Wales and Queensland. And here's what's going on inside a beef factory in Australia. Every year in Australia, about 8 million cows are slaughtered. The annual beef production of this country ranges about 2.5 to 3 million tons. Currently, about 60 to 65% of beef produced in Australia is exported to other countries. The largest consumers of Australian beef are Japan, Korea, USA, China, and Indonesia. The quality of beef in Australia is considered very good and meets international standards for food safety and public health. Beef producers in Australia follow strict quality, hygiene, and environmental regulations. The video is over. We are happy to have had the opportunity to share our experiences through the video and hope that you really enjoyed it. If you want to continue to explore the world's most advanced, modern, and super large-scale farming and farming processes, subscribe to our channel to follow new videos and leave comments about your experience and your thoughts. Goodbye and see you in the next videos.